right. I think we're live.
Yep.
All right. Thank you again for coming in, Ned. And Kira is here as well. Hello, everyone. My name is Numbek, and welcome to Tuesday night stream. How's everyone doing? I've been having a really good week so far. My mom is currently in Switzerland. She said it's one of the most beautiful places ever, and she's having a really, really good time. She did tell me that instead of going to these tourist traps or these, I don't know what you call it, cruise places, that they take you to most tourist trap places, she and her friends decided to stay at Airbnbs in the countryside. And she's like currently staying at like a farm with a staple, and she said it's absolutely gorgeous with wild animals like deers and horses and whatever. And she sent me a couple of pictures. They're really, really nice. Good to hear, Kira. Now, last time I was not able to play this game because chatting with you guys was just too much fun. So we're gonna have to keep going on this. I have to start playing Valhalla. Okay, that was very nice. Yeah, trust me, I wish I could go, but I obviously don't have the money. But there's one place I would wouldn't want to go. It would be Japan. I think most of everyone here would understand. I love the food, I love the culture, I love the cleanliness, and the convenience as well, because Japan is not a very big country, right? So you can just take the Shinkansen from, let's say, Tokyo to somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and that'll be really, really nice. Also, I know that food in Japan is quite cheap, so that you can literally just go down to a 7-Eleven and get sushi, bento box, oden, whatever you want, and they don't cost that much money. Like the rice ball, I love onigiri, which is a rice ball, and here in my city, I go to a place called Mitsuwa. One rice ball costs like $3, $3 to $4. That's a lot. In Japan, you can get that for like under $1. Here saying you love to visit Japan for like a month or two with friends. Yeah, I say maybe maximum of a month, because you do get a bit tired, right? And it's really cool. My friend who is a doctor, he's obviously pretty wealthy because he's a surgeon. He went to Japan, and instead of staying at like the Four Seasons or those fancy hotels, he went to something called omakase, or excuse me, a ryokan, which is like a family-owned hotel, and they treat you like their family, and they put out the bats for you, and they cook their own food for you. It's like a 5-star resort. He said it's better than any 4-star hotel he's ever stayed, 5-star hotel he's ever stayed at. And it wasn't cheap, but it wasn't overly expensive. He had his own like what is it, spa or onsen. It was really, really wonderful. Next time I told him, like, look, if you're gonna go to Japan, you might as well take me too. Just don't take me to these stupidly expensive areas. Remember the these vlogs of cat hotels in Japan? Yeah, I follow a lot of Japan vloggers. One of them was, excuse me. If you guys might know this guy, Chris Abroad. His YouTube channel is called Abroad in Japan. I knew he was going to be pretty big the first time I saw his video, because the first video that I saw of him was when he's a British guy, went over there to teach English, pretty, normal. He's got this sarcastic, deadpan British accent. So he went to this place called a robot restaurant, where it's just like an LSD of weirdness. People, like girls banging on drums, robots coming out, flashing lights, all these weird stuff. And he made it such a fun experience to listen. Like he was like the only guy there that's not shouting. He's just like, okay, with his accent. I really enjoy that. And now he is, I think, engaged or married to another big Japan vlogger named Charmeleon. I don't watch too much of her stuff, but it was really good. and they also became like the ambassador for between Japan and Britain or something like that. They got to go to like they met the royal family or something like that, so he became really, really big. He's also on the news a couple of times as well. One of the few people that actually called out Logan Paul for his reprehensible behavior when he went to that forest, right? Thanks for the sub, I. And then, of course, the other one was, what was the other one? I forgot his name. There's 3 guys. There's Chris Abroad. Another one is Paolo from Tokyo. That's another one. And then there was another one. I know his face, but I don't remember his channel. You have to look it up. I have to look it up for me. But anyways, yeah, they showed me a lot of cool things about Japan. And I don't know if Japan is the most retirement-friendly place, but you know, it's definitely a place you want to visit at least once in your life. 2 to 3 weeks would be my tops, because instead of going from Tokyo to Osaka to whatever, I'd rather just stay in one place for like a week or 2. I think that's the best way to enjoy vacations compared to, say, on a cruise. You go from Rome to Venice, blah blah blah, and you're just there for like a day. And to me, that's just not enough. So I told my mom and her friends, just like, look, just go to Europe, rent a car, and just drive around, Airbnb, and you guys can do whatever you want, go anywhere you want to. And to me, that's always been like the best kind of vacation. It's too bad that I didn't do it with my friends when I was younger, when I had money. Now they have money. I'm broke. So, sucks. Hey, Seabass, how are you? Alright, let's get this show on the road. I gotta start playing this game. Let's see, where was I? Let's go to work. I do not know how many days we are supposed to play through this. I'm gonna guess maybe through December or something like that. Alright, let's see. This game's boring? I don't think it's boring. I know it's a lot of talking though. Joe saying, good evening. Hello. Seems you made it just in time. I think that's just a car backfiring. Really? It sounded more like a gunshot to me. Oh, hey Sam, what's up? How are you? How's Australia treating you so far? As of right now, everyone's back in school, and it's football season. So a lot of people are busy with their schoolwork right now. So not as many coming to my stream, which is fine. And I would really appreciate it if people do focus more on their schools. How's your time? How have you been in Australia? All good? Everything good over there? Anyway, sorry about last time. Crack was asking me literally the stream after, saying, when are you going to play this? And now I'm playing it. He's not here. So meant to be at work, but one of my neck muscles have been having a spasm. Ooh, jeez. Right neck. I see. Ugh. The worst injury I ever got was when I was operating my restaurant alone, and I had turf toe twice. If you guys don't know what it is, this is one of the most painful experiences you ever had. Imagine working in a kitchen while walking on a sprained toe and the shooting pain. So I had it twice too. Hope your neck's feeling better then. Alright, Julian's saying, really, it sounded more like a gunshot to me. Have you ever heard of gunshots? Haven't we all at some point? Sam is asking me, damn, how'd you get it? Overworking, as in like working out. When I was working in my restaurant, I obviously had to, eat my food because I got a taste tester, right? So I gained a lot of weight. And so when I came home, or in the early morning, I went out for a run to relieve some stress. Keep in mind that was during COVID as well, because everyone's obviously the stress level for me was through the roof. So I had to because I don't drink and I don't smoke or anything like that. I needed some way to relieve stress. So I went out for a run, like sometimes 2 miles to up to 5 miles, because depending on how bad my day was. So I just kept running and I ran too much. If you don't know anything about my body, is that I have a partially torn Achilles on my left foot, and I'm also flat-footed, so I get shin splints very easily. But because I was just so stressed to the point that I was like, I need to go run just to clear my head, because if you ever own a restaurant, seeing only like 2-3 people a day really hurts you. You're just stuck there waiting and waiting and doing nothing, staring at space. And it hurts. I regret during that time I didn't stream, but I really regret that. That would have been a very interesting stream. To, you know, at least I was able to talk to somebody. But yeah, and so it was very hard for me emotionally. So I just kept running and running and running to the point where there was too much pressure on my right foot, and that's where I got my turf toe. And it was so bad that I actually had to take painkillers. I rarely take those because I can take pain, but I couldn't sleep. As in when I was, and as in my leg would cramp up, and every time it cramps up, it would have the shooting pain from my leg up to my arm and into my ear. It was so bad I couldn't sleep. So that's how bad it was. Yeah, well, see? Sounds more like a car's exhaust. I don't know. It's too dry. Yeah, but gunshots gave more echo. Oh yeah, it was painful, but imagine actually having to walk on that foot. I basically just dragged my foot across the kitchen. Thankfully, it's not too big of a kitchen, but, you know, I had to... People literally saw me, like, what's wrong with your foot? Because they can literally see me in my kitchen. I was like, oh, don't worry about it. I just told people it's a sprained ankle. It's not. It's way more painful than that. It lasts for, like, at least a month. So, imagine cooking, prepping, cutting, washing dishes, carrying all those heavy loads with a toe. And I did it twice. So that's how that's one of the few times I was actually kind of at least look back and be kind of proud of myself. I was like, wow, I actually went through that. And because I also don't have health insurance, I didn't get it checked out. I knew what it was, though. I knew exactly what it was. What if it's a firecracker? Ah, boss. Firecrackers. Yup, a couple of years ago there was an incident where some dude killed a cop. He managed to slip away because his pistol was mixed up with the usual mega Christmas firecrackers. Nah, it sounded too hollow for firecrackers. Well, whatever. This is not a morning talk show. I'm not paying you to chit-chat about meaningless things. No, you don't pay us for anything. Oh yeah, the subs? Because recently, due to Silk Song and my new formula, which is making skits out of situations, relatable situations, I got a lot of subs. Subscribers, not subs. Don't confuse it with Twitch. It doesn't mean money, okay? It just means some people have subscribed to my channel. Right, we shouldn't lose time over a car's exhaust. Hey. Alright, here's where we choose our songs. Every day is night, as always. I don't know any of this. Alright. That's fine. Hey, I just clicked on that song. Give me that song back. There we go. Love this song. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Welcome to Valhalla. Oh, a new guy. Hello, I'm looking for some information. You're looking at the wrong place, bud. What kind of information? What can you tell me about a girl nicknamed Crimson Rose? Sounds like a tacky online handle. I would say that it sounds more like an OnlyFans girl. Although tacky online handle is a bit redundant. Do you know anything about her? No, sorry. I have 80 bucks here. That might refresh your memory. Oh no, 80 bucks. Now that you mention it, I remember something. Really? Yeah, and I'm totally sure that I have no idea whoever you're talking about. Nothing at all? Nothing. Man, you're a sucky bartender. Not having the info I needed. How about you take your puny little head, your Seinfeld costume, and get the fuck out of here? Well, first of all, why assume I just happen to have info you conveniently need? Does that girl frequent this place? Is there any proof that I might have the info you so desperately need? Why, yeah, that's what I thought. And second, you're not going to get anywhere by offering me physical money. In fact, what are you doing with physical money? You want to get mugged so badly? Well, so you're basically... This guy's a noob. Moreover, even if I did know something, do you really think 80 bucks is enough? You could do almost nothing with 80 bucks. Not even enough to have a decent lunch. Not even enough to have a decent lunch. Oh wow, this is where inflation comes in, right? 80 bucks is not even enough to have lunch. Why are you scolding me? I don't know, giving you a taste of your own medicine, old man. Why did you call me a sucky bartender for not conveniently having the info you need? Wait, of course! You want all deals to be clean, so you need me to spend money on the bar. Sure. That's how it works, right? I spend money, you give me the info. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, give me a drink, but keep it under 80 bucks. Let's see what kind of drink you can buy with that. Give me something better. The suplex! Oh man, too expensive for him. Keep it under 80 bucks. Under gut punch. Sounds good. Well, he says under 80, so... Bad touch. We only have like one drink that fits. Everything else is over 80 bucks. Alright. Gut punch it is then. 5 bourbon. 5. One of this. Alright. Aged and mix. I forgot which one. Mixes immediately, isn't it? There we go. Here's your gut punch. Here. Okay then, do you know anything about the girl? No! But you said maybe, maybe not. Turns out that it's maybe not. You were the one deluding yourself into thinking I might know something. And like I said, 80 bucks is nothing. So, I need to spend more? I'll give you some intel. Spend all the money you want, but I know nothing, and no amount will change that. Can I at least get my money back? Man, F this guy! Get the fuck out of here! Hey, Carnage, welcome. How are you?
What did I walk into?
This game is called Valhalla, and it's a game that was recommended to me by one of my viewers, and it's basically like a bartending simulator, but the gameplay is basically visual novel. You serve drinks, and then you just talk with different NPCs. That's it. It's a very chill game, and I love the soundtrack of this game.
I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
I have multiple. First of all, if you're religious, is it Christianity or whatever?
Am I religious?
Yeah.
No, I don't have a problem revealing that. Well, I'll just go all the way back when I was in China. If it's back in China, there is no religion because CCP, right? We worship the government, really. There was no Christianity in back when I was there. At best, we just go to the temple and pray that we have a good year. That's it. It's not really a religion. So when I moved here into the U.S. when I was around 8, obviously we had help from the Christianity group. And so we started attending churches and stuff. However, I never got baptized and all that other stuff. But, you know, it was nice to have help because when we first moved here, we had no money. So they donated like things like a table, a few chairs, maybe a bed to us. And it was really, really nice. I've always appreciated about that. And sometimes when we need like to go get groceries, they gave us a ride. So it was all nice. So I was leaning towards Christianity before then. And then after we moved to a house, when we saved up, we had our own stuff, we started going to church less and less. And to the point where we just don't go anywhere because, well, we got stuff to do. I do lean a little bit more towards Christianity, but I do not know. I back then I didn't even know what the hell the Bible was talking about because I barely spoke English, let alone reading the Bible. Okay, I've seen a few Christian films and I didn't really understand it back then. But yeah, that was pretty much it. If you're talking about right now, sure, maybe I lean Christianity, but I don't attend church. Neither does my mom. We don't say our blessings before we eat. So
I'm not religious.
yeah. So I don't even know the main difference between a Protestant and a Catholic or a Greek Orthodox. I was like, so not just Christianity, but religion in general for me is just like, I don't know, maybe. So yeah, that's my stance.
I'm not religious personally, but apparently online there's going around that the rapture, which is a very Christian thing, where I only know about it because some of my family is Christian. Apparently the rapture is soon, which means if it does happen, the earth gets taken over by the Christian devil, and people that accepted Jesus and Christ into their heart go to heaven and live on a utopia.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, I guess I'm not informed enough to be called a Christian, and my daily actions really don't fall in line with Christianity. I don't pray every day or anything like that. At best, I was like, please God, help me get through this test. That's it. So, but yeah, that's my religious stance. I don't have too many Jewish friends. I only have a handful. A few Hindu friends. They're Indian, of course. Most of my friends are either non-religious or Christian. I do not have any. I don't know anyone that's Muslim actually, or practice Islam.
I was just wondering if you believe what's going on around online, because people are quitting their jobs because of it.
Quitting their job because of religion?
Yes, they're quitting their job thinking that they don't need a job if they're going to go to heaven when they might not.
I don't know what to say about that other than it sounds kind of delusional to me. That's basically just giving up on life, you know. I'm not in any position to criticize or preach about religion, but to me, I always think of it from like a individual perspective, saying, well, if you're not going to get a job, what are you going to do? Are you just going to expect someone going to give you a handout or something? Which I obviously disagree with. So that's their choice, but if the consequences, the repercussions coming from that, well, as long as they're able to deal with it themselves, I say, go ahead. None of my business.
I'm gonna just go along with my day, or go on with my day, because I don't care. I'm not religious. I think that religion is an annoying thing because people take it too far. It's like politics. You can't speak your opinion without other people trying to get violent or aggressive with you because you have a different opinion.
I kind of disagree with that because my friends share their religion with me, especially during around like what is it, Thanksgiving, when I visit their house, visit their places. And if I go to a friend's house for dinner, if they pray, I pray too. I don't disagree with that. Maybe that's just me because I have great friends. If they want to, I don't bring up religion in front of them because, again, I'm not too religious. But if they bring it, I don't have a problem with that. I also know a few Mormon friends as well.
I don't bring up religion because it's a sensitive topic. but from what I know, some of my family brings me, and I dislike that because she doesn't. My family member doesn't like it when I ask her to stop talking about religion because it makes me uncomfortable because I'm not generally following one.
Well, I can't say in your I can relate mainly because if someone asks me what my religion is, I probably reinterpret it as like, what are your beliefs, as in what are your moral stands. I don't think religion is evil. It all depends on the religion, of course, and what the actions
I
are.
don't.
Every religion has their
I don't.
own little like issues. So I
I don't
guess it's just
believe
what is it
religion
that
is evil. Personally, I don't believe religion is evil. I just believe that you should not try enforcing your beliefs onto others because that's how you cause issues.
sure. Like I said, I have people who most of my Mormon friends who went on what are those called, missionaries. So I had people knocking on my door. Do you believe in whatever? I was like, kind of, but thanks, but no thanks. Those are okay with me. They are not overly religious. It's just anytime if you don't believe in something, if you're talking about a religious standpoint, say, oh, you don't believe in Jesus Christ, then you're going to hell. Then yeah, you can say that it's going too far. But overall, if people ask me what my religions are, I was like, well, don't murder, don't steal, be independent, be smart with your money, and then be responsible with your life. As in, if you're gonna have kids, don't just hitting it and quitting it. That's obviously immoral, in my opinion. Yeah, and then don't scam people, don't steal from people, and don't kill people. I don't really need to explain why, right? And as for the job thing, I always say that if you are if you're working for a job that you hate, well, just think of it as temporary. Is there something else you want to do? You might not enjoy washing dishes, but you have to realize that that restaurant that you're working at needs you. They need you to survive. Even though your job is like maybe on the lower end, maybe it's not as important as the head chef, but operationally, it needs you to operate correctly, right? So, and if you don't want to do that job, then you should probably take their time and focus on another passion that you are good at, work on that, and then transition into that. I don't think anyone wants to become to work in a garbage company, right? But some people, this world can function without it. And everyone who does the dirty work, working on a rig, truck driving, those are some of the most dangerous and tiresome some jobs at all. But like I said, let's say if I work on a rig and it's dangerous, I make good money, I don't know, 80 grand a year, and everything is paid for. If you work on a rig, you get access to shelters, your housing and stuff. So what I would do is okay, I'm going to work here for 10 years. I take the money, put it into a 401k or the stocks, into the stock market, S&P 500, Dow Jones, whatever, and just let it grow. And I keep my needs and wants to a minimum. I think that's a great way to live. And the only thing that I cut alcohol out of my life. I also cut soft drinks out of my life. No drugs or anything like that. So just by doing those three things, I can already say that I'm pretty contributing to society by not being a criminal, right? And I take care of my body. I work out, and I don't eat frivolously. Like, I don't go to McDonald's every day. Maybe once here and there every month is fine, as long as you can afford it. So it keeps my cholesterol and my body at least somewhat clean. And to me, that's not really a religion thing. That's just common sense. And if I don't need to go to the hospital all that much, that means it frees up all these time for the nurses and the doctors so they can take care of other people. They don't need to worry about me because I'm not there to take up their time. So that's another way to look at it. I was like, okay, I am contributing to society that way. And third is that I also have a job. And even though I'm not as passionate about real estate as I am about, streaming and creating content, I still do it because at the end of the day, I still, somebody does need me to help find a house. And it's not really about the money. It's about helping them find the right place. And it does give you some sort of satisfactory reward. So, as long as you keep your needs and wants to a minimum, I think that's live conservatively, live smartly, then I think you'll always be pretty satisfied in life. Where everyone else has like, I need to buy Pokemon cards, I need to have a cheeseburger every single day. They're basically addicted. They know it's not good for them. They know it's not healthy, but they just are willing to change.
A need and a want.
Yeah.
I know there's a big difference between a need and a want.
Yeah.
A want for me is sparkling water. I really like sparkling water, and because it's healthier for you than soda, but it still has the fizzy flavor, I love.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but a need is water, just plain water.
Water right here. I'm just drinking water.
I could get from the tap, or I could get from a purified bottle if I need to.
So yeah, I can't say that I can't comment on people's religion, nor am I trying to preach it. But my philosophy, my belief is just try to live as simple and as little needs and wants as possible. And the gaming, as well as some decent food, like I cook some salmons and I buy some cheese. I buy fruits. Those are not overly complex things. I know they're good for me, and they're not the cheapest, but they're not the most expensive thing as well. Like, for example, if I were to win $1 billion tomorrow, right? What would be the first thing I do? I'd probably just
pay taxes on it.
Yeah, well, that too. You get paid taxes on it. But let's just say no strings attached. You just get it as it is, right? I probably just put it in the 401k, or the S&P 500 index fund, and then just live from the dividends.
Personally, what I would do is I would put it into a compound interest savings account.
Yeah.
And then if I would put like $10,000 into a checking that I can use, and then just let it build up over time.
Yeah, just spend it on the dividends. And I'll take this I'll use her as an example, even though she's not the best person in the streaming world. I don't know if you know the streamer called Amaranth.
No.
Okay, she's basically like she has red hair, and she's an OnlyFans kind of one of those streamers, if you get what I mean.
That's gross.
Yeah. So she appeared on this show called Caleb Hammer, and Caleb Hammer is someone that does financial auditing. So basically he goes over your finances and say, why did you buy this car that costs some and some? That's stupid. You didn't even pay your interest on it. So it's like a Jerry Springer show, but with financial audits, right? So Amaranth went on there, and I was curious. I was like, oh, is she in? So usually the guests are usually in depth. I was like, why is she on there? It turns out she's just flexing. So her monthly income is like, I don't know, $4 million a month from people donating to her because of her professions, right? But she was smart about it enough to the point where she actually had a financial advisor telling her to buy certain stocks like Microsoft, MasterCard, Visa, and she gets dividends. So without doing anything, even if she's broke today, even if she stops doing content and no sponsorship at all, she gets around, I don't know, I think it was either $200,000 or $500,000 a year just from dividends.
That's a lot. I don't know salary though, to be honest.
That's just dividends, not doing anything at all. So say what you want about her, but she at the very least knows that compared to say some other streamers, they put it on Pokemon cards or FTX and trying to scam people out of other money. Ironic, saying that she's getting money from people donating to her adult content. But my point stands is that she was actually smart with the money, and even though I disagree with what she does, she's very, very smart about her money as well. She Ubers, Uber or DoorDash from this place called Nobu. If you don't know what that is, it's basically one of the most expensive sushi restaurants, and I'm a big lover of sushi. And each meal is like $300.
I love sushi.
Yeah, $300 per meal. So she DoorDashes that. She DoorDashes almost every single day. And then Kayla was like, "Why do you need this?" She's like, "Oh, I love sushi." And then she's like, "Well, if I go out there and eat it myself, that would take up a lot of my time and for my content. So it is actually an investment and it actually makes more sense financially to get DoorDash from my favorite place than having me to go there and get it." And after Kayla, after looking at that, she's like, "No, you're actually right." So she's not, say what you want about her content, but that part, at least she's smart about that. And compared to other athletes, football, basketball player that just went all crazy, bling out with their gold chains and Rolex, whatever, they're bankrupt after a few years. So that's what I want you guys to do. You guys are not, none of us here are probably going to be millionaires. I hope we do. I hope we do. But if we, but at the end of the day, if we can live off of like say $50,000, $60,000, and keep the rent and expenses to a minimum, save that money, and then you turn you invest it, and then maybe about 10, 20 years later, that stock portfolio you have might be around $200,000. I'll give you another example, which is my mom. She has never owned stock in her life until, guess the year, 2020. That was when I saw the stock market crashed and crater. I've seen all those blue chip companies like Microsoft, Apple, down 15, 20, 25, 30, 50%. All these stocks. It was red across the map. It was like the Red Sea. And you know what I thought? I thought, oh my God, this is a big opportunity to buy. I was literally shaking. I would have bought it, but at that time I've already started my restaurant, so I didn't have the money. I couldn't pull my money out. So I basically dialed my mom and say, "You need to get Robinhood," which is, if you guys know what it is, basically just an app that buys stocks. Easy way to say that. And I said, you just go on there, register, and buy any blue chip you want. Microsoft, Apple, Walmart, whatever you want. Save companies, Google, whatever. Just buy it and don't touch it. She did. Unfortunately, she fell into the trap of day trading. So she only made like her stock was like this. It was like up and down, up and down. And she doesn't listen to me. And it wasn't until like the golden opportunity later, because when Microsoft went up like 2%, 3%, she sold it. I was like, why? You could have just kept it right there. So as of today, she got about, from 2020 to now, her portfolio grew about 100%. So basically about double, right? But if she listened to me and just put the money right there in the middle, she would have made at least 5 to 7% times her money back. That was only 5 years ago. So, in other words, for those of you guys who have some extra money, instead of buying a burger or a drink, whatever, just look at the stock market, study it. Think of it as your daily magazine. And whenever a trend comes, like for this year, it would be our Trump's tariffs, right? The stocks dipped a lot because of his tariffs on the world. But if you bought during that time, which you should have, because my mom did, because I told her to, and you waited on it, it grew. That's why it's wonderful, because it's something that you can grow without really having to do anything. You understand? Like, it's not like a restaurant where you have to build up a clientele or have to make the food. You're buying into a company that's run by a lot of smart people that will do the work for you. So, think of it that way. Oh man, we talked a lot. Sorry about that. Jeez, didn't mean to go on a rant right there.
It's fine.
You got any other more questions?
I don't
Garnet?
know.
You got any more questions?
One of the cats that I live with, or one of the cats I'm fostering, escaped from my house, and now I gotta get in the house, get it into the house again.
I see. All right. And also, don't listen to financial gurus. I know Graham Stevens might be one of the top YouTube financial gurus out there, but when it comes to stock, he's just normal as anybody else. Okay, do your own thing. And if I ever start selling guys, buy NFTs. Yeah, if I ever start selling you guys NFTs or cryptos, whatever, please call me out on it and unsubscribe, because that's when I pretty much sold my soul. Anyways, all right, let's continue Valhalla. Can I get my money back?
So, I was gonna say, I got sent.
You're cutting out a lot, Carnage. You okay?
No, mentally or physically?
Yeah, I mean, your mic is cutting out a lot, so I was like, I can't hear you very well.
Yeah, I keep exiting and re-entering a certain area.
I see. No worries. Anyways, yeah. That's why I enjoy playing Valhalla. It's that I can just sit back and relax. I can either talk to you guys, which I'm having more fun with, or you can just continue the game, which I am literally just talking about the situation with our little bald friend here. So if you have any more questions, just ask. So I'm not afraid to talk about things. Alright. Why? The order is right, isn't it? I guess. So why are you looking for that girl, mister? Von Delay. Art Von Delay. I'm a private detective. It's what I do. So I assume you're either looking for a missing girl or working for a creepy online stalker, because you do look like an online stalker. You're assuming the girl I'm looking for is innocent or lost. She's not. She's half of the so-called Reapers of the city. Two gun for hires that work for whoever's resourceful enough to find them and wealthy enough to pay them. So she's a hitman. Crimson Rose and Cobalt Lily. They call themselves. They still sound more like teenagers' internet nicknames. So, who did you want to track? I don't know. I got the letter with the instructions and the paycheck. What if it's a prank? I have the money, so what do I care if it is? Besides, considering the amount I was able to cash in with that check, I'd be a pretty wasteful prank. Oh, okay. Still, any information or rumors you could give, they don't have to be related to the girl. Why do you need them? It's always good to keep up with the local going-ons. Well, let's see. Sorry, I can't think about anything right now. Most of the conversation you hear in here aren't rumor-worthy. Here, let me turn this down just a little bit. There we go. At least not beyond what you see on the news. Damn it, what kind of bar is this if you can't gather the word on the street? You think bars are gossiping places or something? What kind of film noir would you think you live in? Gil might know something if you're so fixated on finding some kind of information. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't you know something that might help me, Gil? I don't, and I certainly don't, and I'm offended by the suggestion that I do. He knows something. On second thought, maybe it's better if you don't get involved with him. All this has been a major waste of time. And here I thought all the noise BTC bars have made lately would be useful for something. Get the hell out of here. Noise? What noise? You don't know? I'm asking for a reason. You'll find out soon enough. Don't worry. Oh, are we gonna actually have a plot? Are you serious? I thought we were just gonna listen to a bunch of people's conversations. Any case, I guess I'll have another drink and leave. What do you want? Grizzly Temple. Simple enough. Grizzly. Alright, 3 red. 3 delta. 3 of this. Carmelite. Blended. Let's see, all blended, alright. We wait another second or something like that, I remember. There we go. Here you go, Mr. Bald Man, Grizzly Temple. Here. Okay then, this is going to be deducted from the $80 from earlier, right? No. Fine. Come on, there has to be something. This week has been slow as hell. The only good thing I've heard about is this girl who threw herself off the roof of a near... Man, this guy is vain. And the whole thing about a woman catching her midair, it makes me think it's totally made up. Okay, catching a girl midair while jumping off a roof. I don't know how that... Yeah, that does sound kind of made up. Aside from the rumors that the Harbingers are looking to cause trouble at a bank today, not really. Damn it. Wait, who told you that? Appeared on the news, didn't it? Yeah, but the name Harbingers wasn't used. No Glitch City outlet has reported that themselves. There are rumors that someone or something is keeping them silent, and even the international outlets aren't using the name Harbingers. They're avoiding acknowledging the organization yet, for some reason. So you're either one of them, or somebody in the know told you about it. Ah, you're actually sharper than I thought. Wow. Huh. Yeah. Donovan D. Dawson was in here for the last 3 days, actually. Really? I wonder if he'll notice the glass that Idol signed. I mean, sure, I can't think of anything that would be useful involving him right now, but... guess not. Did he talk about anything interesting? Interviewing the Idol that had a show a couple of days ago. Dealing with messy interns. Par for the course, of course. I guess. I see. That's... Gunshot! It's a backfire. Firecrackers! Hey, what do you think that sound just now was? Sounded like something very heavy being dropped. Something heavy? Come on, that's not even close. It was definitely more like an explosion of some kind. No, you could clearly hear the clashing of metal. Something that was made out of both metal and very heavy fell down. That's what made the sound. Whatever it is not normal for it to be repeating so often. I wonder if something has happened. I heard there were some gang spats going on. Maybe they took the conflict there. Which means... gunshots! If that's the case, I just hope they don't come near us. Well, I gotta go. Seems coming here wasn't a waste of time after all. Really? Really, I just have different needs. But there will come a time when this place might help me. Goodbye. Oh, that might be one of the most unpleasant guests I ever had. Please, come again. Don't. Gangs, huh? Unlikely, this is unicorn territory. They've always been a neutral and important third party in other gangs' deals. The who what now? I'll just pretend I heard nothing. Thank you. He left me thinking about the whole noise from DTC thing. What's up with that? I think I heard something about money laundering through bars. Hey Ben, how are you? Welcome. Yeah, not many people here today. I think it's just not as many people are a fan of this game, but at least I'm enjoying it. In fact, a couple minutes ago I was talking with someone, one of my other viewers. He was asking about something sensitive. And by sensitive, I mean religion. So feel free to join me in the voice chat or whatever. In fact, I've been thinking about just chatting, but I need something to do while chatting. And I can't just sit on my computer. I need to do things. Hopefully my cooking stovetop can be fixed. Anyways, welcome. Don't take my word for it though. I see. I guess I'll find out soon enough. Welcome. Too much clothing. Streaming Chan? What the hell is this? What the hell is this? I'm Streaming Chan, giving you a live video feed of my life and adventures 24/7. Get out of here. I do not want to be around IRL streamers. Bathroom time and naughty moments only available to premium. It's only $99 a month. Go premium now. It's Friday night, and you know all what that means. It's time for Streaming John's Escapades? Today's escapade is brought to you by ShiningFingered.mo. Oh, this girl. Leaders of VR adult entertainment since 2069. Jesus. Buy a year of premium membership and you'll get a code. Exchange the code for a free trial of a VR experience model after yours truly. Oh, God. What the hell is this? Excuse me. Today I picked the shoddiest, nastiest, smelliest, ugliest bar I could find downtown. And sadly it actually looks half decent inside. So much for going to a crap hole bar that smells like dog urine. Oh. She's heterochromia. Nice. Excuse me. Anime was a mistake. But no matter, tonight I'll give you an escapade you'll never forget. It means that we're not gonna know her real name because she'll get doxxed. Hey you, where's the bartender? You're talking to her. Very funny, where is he? Really? Right in front of you. Hey you, the pretty boy over there. Where's the bartender? You're looking at him. No way. No hot shirtless guy playing with fire and serving drinks while flirting with you. This ain't a Hooters, honey. No sexy, scantily clad girl jiggling around the place. You're telling me you two dressed like frickin' waiters are the bartenders here? Yup. Seems that way. I guess in this futuristic setting, like, you could actually see live chats. Is that a problem? Of course there's a problem. Friday nights are peak viewing hours. I need something sexy or enticing to keep them interested. Oh well, there's an easy solution to that. There is? Yeah, just take your top off. Fudge! You might need to take off your bra too, depending on how traffic goes. Wait, you're quite flat. Do you even use a bra? Oh my god. If 4chan was a girl. Is that piercing glare or no? Come on, one of us is going to have to take off their top, and it ain't gonna be me. I already did that once today. It's too late to go somewhere else. By the time I find an even nastier bar, they'll be closed. What's your policy on wearing pants? They stay on, honey. Somebody tried to have me fired for wearing a skirt, so we deal with that on a case-by-case basis. That's not a concrete answer. I need binary yes or no answers. My viewers have the attention span of fruit flies. If they wanted to use their brains, do you think they watch them like this? She loves us. Bunch of gooner watchers. I need to keep them entertained, and the fact that you still have your shirt on isn't helping. Wait, I know. Give me a drink. A big one. Nastiest one you can think of. Hello. Service here, please. Big and nasty. Wow, it's like my brain shut down. Sure. Big, nasty, manly, and promo drinks. Manly. And promo. Okay, so any manly or promo. I'll give her a manly drinks. How about Crevice Spike? 2, 3, 4. Palmertron. It will knock the drunkenness out of you or knock you out cold. Sour, manly, sobering. Okay, that sounds nice. Blended. Here you go. Here. So, alright then, cheers. I don't think you should chug it down, so please do. Quickly. It's like it hit me, but I didn't feel it until a few seconds later. Is this what being kicked in the balls feels like? Okay, she's definitely the most entertaining one so far. I hate to admit it. She might be a degenerate, but she's the most entertaining. Yep. Okay, I decided I'll just get really wasted. That's gotta be fun enough, right? If you say so. Okay, in the meantime, what can you tell me about this bar? What do you mean? Weird stories, fun stuff, interesting facts. You're being seen by an average of 6,000 people. Make their time worth it. Let's see then. Last weekend we held a party for the Seafarer Toy Company. Too much clothing. How do I premium? God damn it. And it's a company run completely by dogs. Really? This place was completely overrun by corgis. Wait. Corgis? Ah, did you really serve drinks to corgis? Tuxedo-clad corgis, yeah. Wow, awesome. Wait, you're not shitting me, right? I wish I was shitting you, trust me. What else? Let's see. Donovan D. Dawson for the Augmented Eye was here for 3 nights in a row. That perfume chauvinistic bastard? There's the word again. Just the other day, someone from the Augmented Eye interviewed me, actually. What did they ask? Oh, the usual bullshit. Who I was, what I did, future plans, inspirations. The one that interviewed me was this small, meek girl with glasses. She seemed a bit bitter, though. I wonder why. But enough about that. Wait, can I see that glass over there? Sure. This signature, is this Kira Miki's autograph? Yeah, she came here before her last concert. Get out, really? Is this some kind of secret hidden bar of the stars or something? No, we're just in the right place at the right time. What kind of person is she when she's not on stage? I've tried to get a meeting with her, and she's actually seemed she actually seemed willing, but she's always busy. Nice girl, actually. She seemed to be completely invested in her work. Loves what she does, and it shows. You think she'd be some sort of diva, but as far as I'm concerned, she's one of the nicest people I've met. I knew she was nice. Her passion shows in her concert, you know. She's so spontaneous. Her performances are never the same. Every time she sings Shine Spark, I feel like my soul is warming up like a high-performance computer. Shine Spark. 8888. I don't know what that means. I find myself singing it in the shower all the time. And those who pay premium can hear me sing every day at $9.99 a month. Go premium now. That aside, I was about to call bullshit on what you said, but I guess you do have some sort of proof for everything. Can I keep this glass? No! Yeah. Pretty please? Fuck off. You better not run. Off with the glass. Party pooper. At least this bar might be more interesting than I initially thought. The one thing that make it perfect, as if Pretty Boy over there had a pass with the KGB. Oh my god. Who told... Yeah, that'd be crazy, huh? Are you gonna order anything else? What? Oh yeah, the whole getting wasted thing. Please knock her out. Please knock her out with a drink. Bad touch. Alright, give me one of those. Coming right up. Alright, bad touch. Let's see. On the rocks, mixed. What? 2 Bronson. Okay, 2 of these. 2 of these. Oh, I forgot the caramel trying. Got it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. There we go. Bad touch. Here. I was expecting something dirtier. We have olive brine. I can pour it in a bit, if that's what you want. No, not that. With such a dirty name, it feels like the drink ought to come in a phallic glass or this thick white liquid. That would have skyrocketed worth at least 3-fold. Don't you have anything like that? No. I have to make do with a condensed milk when I get home. Friendly reminder that today's escapade is brought to you by ShinyFinger.moa, leader of the VR entertainment since 2069. Buy a year of premium membership for a neat code. Said code will net you a free trial of a VR experience with a model based of Mo on Moi. What's the deal with that VR experience? Well, a fan made an NND model of me. When Shining Fingered asked me about a model of our partnership, I just contacted him. He got money for polishing the model, a lot more. I got my partnership, we all won. Oh my god. I even got him a year of free premium membership and a VR set. Nice. Wait, what's don't ask, Joe! Don't tell me you haven't heard of Niku Niku Dance. I asked for a reason. It's music videos with 3D models. That doesn't sound too bad. Yeah, that sounds like a good enough explanation. Oh wait, dance. Never mind. I see. To be honest though, the model is a bit meatier than me. Yeah. Not that I minded though, considering the use it gets. Ahem. You know, I was expecting you to be more scared when I said that you're being watched by a lot of people. Joe just doesn't care. It's hard to be scared when you can't see the people. But they're still there, you know. Sure, they're behind screens and sometimes in the opposite corner of the world. But every single one of my viewers is a real is a real person with a real life. I guess you don't view bot, huh? Not being here doesn't make them any less real. I mean, they're spamming the same crap. I understand, but it's just not the same. They're not here, visibly paying attention to me. I don't get the paranoid because of my phone contacts. That's true, I guess. So, tell me, what made a lady like you become a bartender? Not exactly an exciting story. Does it involve a man? No. What about a crime? Nope. Childhood promise? Nah. A religious vow? What? You're not gonna tell me that you just decided out of the blue to quit your job and start bartending? Yes, that's actually what happened, sort of. Oh come on, no epiphany, quarter-life crisis, not even a hot teacher somewhere along the line. Life isn't always a young adult novel where every decision is a road cone. And that's a problem. 1/3 of my audience are teens that shouldn't be allowed to watch my streams. Throw me a bone here. There must be a nice mystical story you can tell about yourself, Miss Bartender. Well, yes. Sometimes after I started working, I got an interesting client. He was a DRK Soul, a really old Lilla model. Apparently his power supply was running low, his charger was destroyed, and he didn't have the money to buy upgrades or replacements. He also seemed to have neglected his maintenance. He was from the time when Collective Sources wasn't a cloud storage system, so he wouldn't be able to upload there once his body ran out of energy. Keep going. It was weird, you know. He was the only Lilium I've seen with a clear-cut fear of mortality. No transcendence from him. He would disappear from his batteries ran out. It's like knowing you'll vanish while everyone else passes on to heaven, he said. Oh man. I guess he felt bad about burdening someone else with his problems. So he went out and gave me a fingertip of his that fell while we were talking. Before he left, he said, "If you remember me, maybe a part of me will transcend." Wow. Bravo, bravo. Touching, full of feeling, completely awesome. I will never become a streamer like this. Not that I could, because no one would pay to see me naked. Although, anyways, I paid to see a movie like that. So what happened to that finger? I made a pendant out of it. I carry it with me at all times. And even while bathing? Almost all times. Now that I think about it, how do you handle the stream if you want to watch a movie or something? I have to plug in that Lay's Mosaic censorship over whatever I watch on TV or in the theater. So does that work out here? Because you can just blur out the view or the picture. But I thought YouTube, they would detect the voice and for the censorship, the sounds. I see. Okay, this is getting stale. I'm gonna heat this up with it, even if I have to do it myself. We need to drop a cow in here, Miss Bartender. Get me drunk. I don't care how. Just do it. Well, we can have some spiritus here, or just douse a bottle of vodka. She's asking me to get her drunk no matter what. That's an interesting request. Alright, what's one of these drinks that are like drunk? Like very, very strong. Spicy? I don't know about a manly drink. How about a promo drink? Mostly for fans? No. Kind of bland, bitter. Strong. Gut punch. Spicy, manly. Okay, Mars Blast. It is then. Okay, 6 of that. 1 of this. 4 of green. 1, 2, 3. 2 Karmatrine. Okay. Then blended. Alright, that's easy. Again, I don't drink, so I really don't know how this is gonna work. Something's very strong, spicy. It'll knock you out. Well, the vodka with Red Bull makes pretty much almost knock me out. I thought I was having a heart attack. So, a bit hot, but not lightheaded. Then again, I'm always hot-headed. Your drinks are either too light or I'm more resilient to alcohol than I thought. I don't know. Just, if you want someone to knock you out, I'm more than happy to oblige by whacking you on the head. Okay, let's try this from a different angle. You asked the question. Question? I don't know. I'm not the bartender. You do your bartender-ish thing. What made you decide to start streaming yourself 24/7? Ah, see, that's what I'm talking about. You're the bartender here. Bartender. Anyways, have you ever done something reckless or stupid because of peer pressure? Yeah, we've all been there. That's something everyone has gone through. Well, it used to be that I very rarely succumbed to such problems. I was the type to never take risks or try new things. So basically, she's like someone very conservative with her body and then just became deflowered and opened herself too much. Every time I did, I was scolded rather than praised. What point is there in doing this stuff if nobody acknowledges you did it well? But some time ago, I stumbled upon a friend who would stream herself, talking. Nothing risque or noteworthy. She invited me on and, well, the comments were intoxicating. The internet is a big place. Somehow, I found within those comments people that acknowledged me. Getting acknowledgement from just people online. I mean, I guess I can kind of relate, but I enjoy you guys watching me. But in terms of acknowledgement, I mean, getting your self-esteem from the internet is not healthy. They encouraged me even. After that stream, I tried doing it by myself. I turned on the camera, put on some cutesy, and started dancing to Kira Miki. Oh boy. At first, I pretended the camera wasn't there, but as soon as I saw the comments, something snapped within me. Lewd comments, praises, and the usual random stuff. Basically, she's an attention addict. After seeing so many people interested in me, I started moving a lot more. No more shyness from me. After that, I started doing more. I sang, I cooked, I drew things. I even did a striptease at some point. Whenever I was streaming, I stopped being shy. So at some point, I said, hey, this is the way I want to live all my life. How? When you're older, when your looks fade, what makes you interesting then? Because what you're telling me is not about your personality. It's all about your, I don't know, your looks. And thus Streaming Chan was born. Is it difficult to keep that up? Not really. It's not like I'm acting or anything. I'm just being myself. Is this really yourself? I do need to mind camera angles and that kind of stuff sometimes, but it's nothing major. And when I do need to mind them, for only $99 a month, you can find out. Go Premium Go. You're basically a walking, talking ad. Hey, you're good at this bartending stuff. Look at all the things you made me say. Well, like seriously, what's your secret? I don't know, being human? How do you get people to talk? You start with a drink. I never do that much, actually. Well, this is a bar after all. And one of the reasons people come to a bar is because they sometimes want to get things off their chest. So it's not a conscious trick you could teach in a 10-minute tutorial. You know, I obviously can't serve drink because I don't drink myself. I don't know how to make drinks. But we can do that maybe with a cooking stream. Even though whoever's watching, I obviously can't serve you food because you're not here. I would love to. But put me cooking and talking in the background, I think it get people to open up. That would be something really nice I would enjoy. Don't ask me to striptease though. I'll never do that. You just need to be in the right place at the right time. Some professions make you that personal stranger. Others feel comfortable telling their secrets too. Of course, discretion helps too. Hey, now that you mention it, I do blab a lot about my hairdresser. Pretty interesting stuff. Well, no wild night tonight, but it did get interesting enough, and that's all you really need. You don't need to take off your clothes to make yourself interesting. If you are only selling on your looks, then I don't know what to say. Anyways, I should go, but before I leave, what's your name, Miss Bartender Joe? Oh, we're giving her a fake name. I'm Lana Smithy. Alright, Miss Smithy, thank you for a lovely night. But you stay here because the night is still young and there's a lot to do. Alright, we didn't knock her out though with the alcohol. Hey, oh, whoa, the floor is moving. Ah, quite the lively girl, eh? People like her physically hurt me with their presence. You think she'll come back? I actually do hope she'll come back. My mom always says you never know when the angels are saying amen. What does that mean? It means shut your mouth or you'll jinx it. Why did you give her your name? Would you like to reveal your name to someone like her? I don't think it's just her. It's just like the entire world, right? Good point. I'm gonna take a break now. It's been a while since I needed a cigarette this badly. Alright. Yeah, I say Joe's attractive. Alright. Hey, welcome back, Carnage. Anything else you want to get off your chest?
Brought the cat back.
Yeah, good. Good. I love streaming this game just because I can either talk to the NPCs in here and hear their stories, or I can just use it as a background noise so I can talk to you guys. And I just had an NPC that was pretty much a streamer saying that this is actually a pretty chill vibe. Saying that, hey, one of the NPCs that came into the bar was saying it'd be interesting to stream in a bar because this is where it's not really about the drinks. It's really about people connecting and telling stories. So I thought, maybe I could do that. But instead of doing drinks, I could do it with food. Because when I get my oven fixed or stove fixed, then maybe I can do that.
Okay. Seems like it was an interesting interaction with an NPC.
Well, this is what visual novel is about. I didn't know anything about this game, other than that it has a fantastic soundtrack. I didn't know it was a visual novel. And I thought, I was like, okay, we're going to go through a bunch of stories, right? Turns out, it's just literally a bartender in a bar serving drinks to a bunch of wacky people, confessing and revealing their secrets. And I was like, wow, it's actually kind of nice, you know? And as much as I like playing games, I do feel a bit tired sometimes because I'm playing a lot of horror games and challenge games that can tire me out. I am 34 years old, so not exactly young anymore. But something about this feels good to me. If I can talk to you, if you have a subject for me, like today, religion or whatever, we can talk about it. I'm not afraid to talk about it. And as long as I can, but instead of playing a game, I'd rather just cook something. I think that would make a pretty fun, interesting stream. And that's all I really want when it comes to streaming. It doesn't necessarily have to be about content creation. So, wanted to get your thoughts on that.
So, about cooking, if you cook something, if you cook creamy potatoes, cheesy cream potato soup or something like that, whatever it's called.
Yeah, that's easy. I can do that. That's a pretty easy recipe. I can cook spaghettis. I can cook pho. I can cook fried rice, tomato and egg, tomato and egg on rice. That's one of my favorites. Just simple foods. And maybe I can teach you guys some recipes if you guys want to learn. If not, just sit back, relax, enjoy the ASMR chatting
I
in the
am gonna be completely honest. If you cook something, I would take what you cook to heart because if I ever move and add to my house or get something, I might need to make something, and who knows? The who knows? You might have a recipe that's like the best thing ever.
On my recipes, I've always been really, really simple. I take into account the price, the ingredients, the amount of time it takes, and even to the amount of like pans, because I don't like to wash like 4 different pans, and then there's like the plate and the utensils. I take all that into account and make some of the most simplistic yet really delicious food. You're not gonna see me cooking like a beef Wellington from Gordon Ramsay or anything because that just takes way too long, and also
First of
very, very
all, I
expensive.
understand where you're coming from. Second of all, cream and potato soup. It's good. It's cheesy. It's got a good combination of flavors depending on how you make it.
Oh yeah, I
And
if
I think I think it would be something nice
the
for
only thing
effort
that
into.
well the only reason I can't cook is because one, I can only cook in front of my computer, which is you see right here. There's a camera above me that points down towards my stove, but the stove that I have is broken. This is literally in my living room with a green screen. I don't have access to
Oh,
my kitchen because it's too far away. The kitchen's kind of a mess. So I don't have a sink. I don't have a stove. I don't have a microwave. I don't have anything. So I literally just have one stove. And chopping onions and all those stuff, and not being able to wash the knives and stuff because cross contamination, and in front of a computer with all the splattering of the oil, it's not exactly pleasant because I have to clean it every day, and I don't want to mess up my computer with, grease going into my PC. So I was like, I can't do that. That's too much of a risk. But eventually, if I become a successful streamer, yeah, that's what I would love to transition into that. So it would be like if you guys join my Discord, which obviously you are, it'd be like, hey, here's a list of recipes that I can cook. I can take some suggestions from you guys, and then this is the thing that you guys want me to discuss tonight. Um, it could be the news, it could be a game. I don't want to talk about something too controversial like what happened to Charlie Kirk. But if it is the main thing you guys want to know, I don't mind talking about it. Overall, it's just gives that feeling of coming home from school or from work, and you have someone to talk to, have some good background noise, and anyone can join. That's something that I would love to have, and I can do that. That's a stream that I would personally join, um, because it just feels a lot more honest and real. And don't think of me as like a political activist, okay? I have no intention of trying to convert you guys into 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 Christianity or into whatever politics you are, whichever side you guys are on. All this is just I want to hear everyone's thoughts, and that's something that I think streaming is lacking a lot. Is right now it's either playing games, fine, adult content, not interested, or doing RL stream, which can be extremely loud and annoying. I was just never into it, so you know. All right. Do you have
again, I
anything
see
else?
where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm. And I just want to relax. I had a day of work as well. And for example, I can share the fact that I'm currently alone in my house with my dog. No, she's sleeping right now. My mom's in Switzerland, so with her friends. And we could debate on the fact that she used to love cruise until I told her to stop because even though cruises are very easy because you don't really need to plan anything, right? Because they do everything for you. The thing with cruises is that you're basically stuck in a hotel in the middle of the sea, and then once you get off, the tours they only take you to spots that are very expensive, basically tourist traps. And so this time I told her, look, you and your friends go to a country for about 3 weeks, and all you have to do is just Airbnb, and that way you guys can drive from one country to another. So she landed in Munich, Germany, went to Austria, and now she's in Switzerland. And instead of being in the city, I told her to go to the countryside. And right now she's in a farmhouse with a staple, and she said it's one of the most beautiful places that she ever seen. There's waterfalls, the Alps or whatever, just nature stuff, and she's just hanging out with her friends. And to me, that's like the best kind of vacation there is. She's also went to like the BMW museum, as well as I forgot, it was either Mozart, some kind of painter, Picasso's house. That's right. All these things that I would love to do. And even though the areas are interesting, what makes the trip interesting are her friends. And so to transition that into food, what makes food just even more delicious is having company, right? If you sit down with your friends, even if you're eating like something as simple as a ramen noodle, maruchan, I hate this by the way, but if you have your friends eating alongside with you, make an interesting conversation. That's actually more appealing to me than a 5-star gourmet meal in a restaurant by myself. So, anyways, all right, guys, that's gonna be it for tonight. Tomorrow I will be playing Silent Hill F, and it will be my first Silent Hill game. That's gonna be interesting, and I hope I will not disappoint because I know it's a horror game, and I know it's a puzzle game, and it's a psychological game, and those are my weaknesses. So if you guys want to join me, feel free. And if not, then I'll see you guys next time. And Carnage, feel free to join me anytime. Thanks again for coming in and having a chat with me, keeping me company. I really appreciate it. You guys have a good night, okay?
All right.
Peace.
Be safe.